The topic of this video is going to be about the New World Order. New World Order. The topic of this video is going to be about the New World Order. And why am I talking about this, the New World Order? What's this guy getting at? The New World Order, what's that? What are you getting at? Now, this is like, especially like when I was a little person, like when I was like a lot younger and stuff, when I was like into conspiracies, I used to literally watch conspiracy theory videos when I was like even like at 10, 11, maybe 9. So it really touches my childhood, this whole conspiracy stuff. And when if you've been like kind of doing some basic level like research into like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, you'd hear like this type of buzzword thrown around. The New World Order. What the fuck does that mean? New World Order. What's that? What? New World Order. What the fuck does that mean? There's gonna be like a New World Order. And you, okay, first of all, let's take that apart linguistically. Like, well, let's take those words apart. New World Order. Order, what does that mean? Like some like rules, laws, structure, government. That's what sort of that links to and some of these types of words. New World Order. Basically, this buzzword basically is saying that there's going to be like a new world government that's going to take control of our planet and whatever. And this is like a very like controversial conspiracy theory. Basically, there's going to be like a new way of doing things, a new world order, basically. And this is like very it's kind of like it's very hard to think about this properly. New World Order, because what the fuck does that mean? New World Order. Basically, a new way of life is going to be like kind of pushed onto us masses, onto us regular people. There's going to be something new that's going to come up, a new way of government, a new government type, I don't know, something like to do with like governance and like laws and regulations. New things like this are going to come about. Our previous like New World Order, because New World Order, there's so many ways to like interpret this. It links to like a bunch of different types of conspiracy theories. It links to like the Freemasons, maybe, I don't know, and how like they're trying to like bring about some type of new political changes. I don't know. It links to so many like conspiracy theories relating to like a lot of the secret societies that are in charge of our planet and stuff, and what they're about to like bring about. New World Order. What does that really translate to? I believe it translates to the fact that there's going to be like a new way of doing things, and you can already feel like sort of these types of effects. If you compare like, especially us now here in 2023 to like the year like to the earlier centuries, like 19 to 1700s, 1800s, 1900s, a lot has changed, hasn't it? Hasn't a lot changed? Like a couple centuries ago, like what was normal was like sort of like monarchies, feudalism, tribalism, and all that type of stuff was kind of the norm. Basically, that was sort of it. Monarchies were sort of the norm a couple centuries ago. Monarchies, tribalism, feudalism, all those sorts of things were the norm. I believe that maybe even perhaps like religion was like more like intimately linked to politics and stuff. There wasn't like any type of separation of the state and like say church or mosque, wherever you're from. Like there was like religion and was more like political and stuff. It wasn't as like it was taken more seriously a couple centuries ago than it is now. There were so many there were so many like big differences back in our past compared to right now in the modern day. So many different types of differences, there's so many things that have changed. A lot of us, we don't even really pay too much attention to any of this, because a couple centuries ago, what was normal, was like that, the fact that monarchies were a thing. Monarchies, not democracies, monarchies, especially in Europe, but as well as Asia and Africa and stuff, in the Middle East, monarchies were like super common. Obviously, even now, monarchies are still like kind of around. There's so many like other types of things similar to the monarchies. I think a lot of other types of issues were like super common. The fact that equality wasn't really a thing. There were so many like different like a couple centuries ago, like the world was sort of like way worse off than it is now today in our modern age. Monarchies again, compared to like the modern day, it's kind of things have slightly improved. But like the New World Order, what does that translate to? Basically, a new way of life, a new era of things are gonna come about, and you can sort of already feel the fact that we are entering into like some type of new world order. So many things are changing around us. Not just politically, but in like so many in other types of ways as well. Culturally and as well, and something we're becoming like our mentality and mindsets are changing. We're all becoming way different. We're becoming more because of the fact that before, like a couple of centuries ago, all of us, we were like living in our gated communities in our home countries, but now we live in like a more global, interconnected world, and we're all like traveling around and meeting each other and stuff and mixing up our cultures, and that's like very new. A new world order, a new way of life, a new way of doing things. Very interesting to think about this, a new world order. Obviously, this is like so interesting, new world order, this type of buzzword. I remember it when I was like a little boy watching these types of conspiracy theory videos on YouTube on my PlayStation 3, these buzzwords, like new world order, there's going to be a new world order. What does that mean? Like new world order. You can also see it as like, because here's like the world, here's the world. So new world order, basically here's like the old world. And you know, the Americas, this was like considered the new world. So maybe perhaps this type of terminology, new world order, it relates to the fact that like the Americas were going to get colonized and like different like new powers here are going to emerge. And it wasn't, because before it was just all of like the political rulers, they were sort of like in Europe and Asia, but now the Americas was going to get colonized and then political powers were going to emerge from here. So maybe that's what the terminology new world order translates to. Basically, maybe it could perhaps mean that the colonists, they went to the Americas, they wanted to create like a new world order, a new like social order in the new world, basically the Americans, because you know, a couple of centuries ago, the Americas, it was considered like a completely brand new world. The Americas, it was like a new unknown territory that a lot of people haven't discovered yet and explored, and it's very interesting. New world order. So interesting, this terminology. I used to hear it a lot when I was just a little youngling, watching conspiracy theory videos on YouTube on my PS3. New world order, what the fuck does that translate to? What does that mean? A new way of life, a new things are going to come about, a new world order, a new way of government, a new way of like politics, of laws and regulations, everything getting redone and made brand new. This obviously the new world order, all of this is kind of linked to like a lot of different types of conspiracy theories. The fact that like a lot of secret societies, the Freemasons, the Illuminati and stuff like that, they're planning like some type of thing. They're behind the scenes and they were trying to like basically like create like a new social order, a new social structure for us human beings and stuff. I don't know, a new world order, like the old world order is going to like be done away with, and a new world order is going to come about. And it's kind of very scary to think about this, a new world order again. What does that exactly mean? What does that translate to, new world order? What does that mean? It's very difficult to like carefully think about this. New world order, what does that mean? Because again, when I was like a little youngling, I used to hear this type of terminology, word used quite a lot when I used to watch conspiracy theory videos. The new world order, there's going to be a new world order. Here's the current world. There you got all these different types of countries. There's going to be a new world order. A new like political system is going to be developed, and we're all just going to be enslaved by this brand new political system. I don't know. Very scary to think about. Need new world order. Really think about what could that possibly mean. New world order. I don't know. If you kind of like analyze the words, new as in brand new, world like the world, and order as in laws, regulations, systems of government. A new system of government is going to like emerge, and it's going to consume the world and the planet. And us human beings, we're going to turn to slaves. That's like what a lot of conspiracy theory people sort of like talking about. The new world order. Very scary. What does that mean? New world order, a new way of life. If you like again compare us now in the modern day, in 2023, the year 2023, in the modern day, if you compare like how we're living now compared to like how we were living like a couple of centuries ago, it's so drastically different. A couple of centuries ago, we were like a lot more primitive. For sure, we were a lot more primitive, backwards, bigoted, more dogmatic, less like open-minded. And now in the year 2023, we're more open-minded. We're more like open towards like new cultures and new like ways of thinking and stuff. We're not as bigoted and dogmatic and like ignorant as we used to be a couple centuries ago. And that's kind of, it's sort of like a beauty. And maybe perhaps if this is what the new world order is about, like creating like a new, brand new society, maybe all these like secret societies, the Freemasons, maybe they're just trying to like spread like enlightenment and like open-mindedness, and they were trying to like make the world more interconnected. And maybe perhaps they're not even the bad guys. And if this is like their agenda to like make the world more interconnected, to get rid of like bad like dogmatism and like ignorance and stuff, maybe and like bigotedness and stuff and racism and all that type of stuff. Maybe perhaps if the Freemasons, if this is their agenda, maybe I might see it as being very admirable then, and maybe I might be on board with the New World Order. New World Order. Think about it carefully. What do these words mean? New World Order, a new way of life, a new government system emerging and consuming the world and us human beings. Hopefully there's no sinister motives behind this type of New World Order agenda. If you look at like let me see, like I think it says it on the American dollar bill. Does it say like New World Order? I remember something vaguely about that. Like on the American dollar bill it says New Order Templaris or something. I forgot it. I gotta double check that. But you know, the New World Order, maybe perhaps it's not going to be so bad. I don't know, because compare like us now in our modern day society in the year 2023, compare how we are now to like a couple centuries ago. A couple centuries ago we were a lot more primitive, dogmatic, ignorant, racist, not as open-minded, not as like willing to accept like new things. We were like so much more closed-minded and bigoted and backwards and more tribal and stuff. We weren't really being intellectual and we were so ignorant and dumb. We weren't as like open-minded as we are now. Maybe perhaps the New World Order isn't going to be that bad. Maybe it's going to be like sort of like a blessing in disguise, perhaps. I don't know, because New World Order, compare how we are now in our modern, in like the year 2023, to compare us now to how it was like a couple like centuries ago. A couple centuries ago, slavery was common. You know that. Big like racism was common. Bigotry was common. We were all closed-minded, more ignorant. Maybe perhaps the Freemasons or whoever's like working behind the scenes, maybe they're making everything better. Maybe they're making the world more interconnected. They're doing away with racism and dogmatism and bigotedness and stuff. Maybe these people that are like controlling like everything behind the scenes, maybe they're like doing something good. Let me see. Or maybe there's like a very evil agenda as well. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, but you can't deny the fact that so many things have changed. Here we are. So it is on the American dollar bill. I knew it. I don't know. I'm in the UK. I don't know if it's on the British pounds as well, but look. Man, look. Oh man. Look, it is on the American dollar bill. Let me see. Is it? Yeah. Something, I don't know if that translates to New World Order. Anud. Yeah, it does. It is on the New World Order. I mean, it is on the American dollar bill. It does say something about it. Novus Ordo Seclorum. I should put it on the screen. You should be able to see it. Yeah, it is on the American dollar bill. All these like weird, like cryptic symbolism. The Freemasons, man, it fucking, because you know the American dollar bill, the United States of America, it was built by the Freemasons, the founding fathers. What was it? George Washington. All these founding fathers of the United States of America, they were Freemasons, and of course they incorporated their symbolism into like the American Constitution and like a lot of the symbolism on like the American currency and dollar bills and notes and pennies and pounds and whatever they use over there. I don't know. The New World Order, very evil. It's on the back of the American dollar bill, which is kind of very interesting to think about it. It's literally they're putting it all in your face, in front of your face. They're trying to like mock you, insult you. We're controlling everything behind the scenes. They're literally spitting on your face. That's the thing with all these types of secret societies, the Freemasons, all these people that are behind the scenes. They put their symbolism and their messages in like movies and cartoons and music and all that type of stuff. They're literally mocking us. They're fucking spitting on our faces. They're like calling us like fucking ignorant slaves. A lot of us, we're so dumb. These secret societies, the Freemasons, the other Bilderbergs, the Illuminati, they've been around for centuries and they're manipulating us in so many different ways. And they put their symbolism and their marks and all that type of stuff in like fucking in the movies and cartoons and the music and all that type of stuff. They're literally spitting on our face. But anyway, the New World Order, maybe perhaps these evil, like these secret societies, the Freemasons and all that type of stuff, they're not really evil anyway. Because compare it like now to our modern day society, the year 2023, compare it to like a couple centuries ago. Slavery was common. Do you know that? Slavery was common. Bigotry was common. Racism was common. Maybe like the fact that these secret societies, maybe they're actually trying to make the world more interconnected. They're trying to get rid of like ignorance and bigotry and racism and all that type of stuff. They're trying to like bring about a new like type of like utopia for humanity and mankind. Maybe if that's fair enough, if that's their agenda, fair enough. But I believe there's like a more sinister motive. You know me, I always believe that these secret societies, the Freemasons, the Illuminati and whatever, they're fucking about. They're doing things behind us, behind our backs. They're trying to fucking stab us in the back or some shit. The Freemasons are not good people at all, my friend. No, sir, they are not good people. They're trying to fuck us up. I believe so. But you know, these people, like a lot of common people, common folk, they don't even like believe in conspiracy. This thing is just all, only if you have to have some type of mental illness or schizophrenia to believe in these conspiracy theories and the New World Order. What's that about? You just mentally ill? You're gonna tell me like a bullshit conspiracy theory? No. New World Order is on the back of the American dollar bill. New World Order. I do believe there's like behind the scenes, like all these different types of secret societies. They're trying to like affect some type of political changes, and they're trying to like create like a new system of government, and they're trying to like change like our entire world around, and they're trying to push their own agendas and interests forward. I believe so. And you know, they put their symbolisms and their messages in like movies and cartoons and music and all that type of stuff. They literally put their like symbolism into like all these different types of pop culture things. They're literally fucking spitting on your face. They're fucking calling you ignorant retards. The Freemasons and the Illuminati and all these types of people, these secret societies that are behind the scenes for sure, probably manipulating everything. They're fucking spitting on your face. Their messages and symbolism is all in like pop culture and media and all that type of stuff. Fucking anyway, the topic of this video is New World Order. You can feel how different our society is now compared to like how it was like a couple centuries ago. Like everything was just way worse. Slavery was common. Racism was common, all those sorts of things were common. It's fucking atrocious. Now all those sorts of things have sort of disappeared, and that's kind of, I wonder if that is due to the fact that these secret societies, the Freemasons and perhaps other groups similar to them, they've been like kind of trying to get rid of like all these like horrible things like slavery, racism, bigotry, ignorance. Maybe the fact that these like, because the Freemasons, they created the United States of America, and you know, the USA was kind of founded on like these types of ideals of liberty, personal freedom, individuality and all that type of stuff, and like freedom of speech. That's like something, these like types of ideals, they were only like they're like popularized by the United States of America. And what's interesting is the USA was made by Freemasons. The founding fathers, every single, like nearly all of the founding fathers of America were Freemasons. So perhaps like, maybe I believe so that the maybe like these secret societies, the Freemasons, maybe they're not evil at all. Maybe they're not even bad guys. Maybe they're trying to like bring about some type of enlightenment period for humanity. They're trying to get rid of racism, bigotry, slavery, all these horrible things that used to like plague us in the past. Maybe they're trying to like usher in a new utopia for us, and we're kind of like demonizing them for no reason, these secret societies, Freemasons, because the USA was made by Freemasons. The United States of America was built by Freemasons, and a lot of these ideals of like liberty, personal freedom, and all those sorts of things, that was like created by, it was sort of like pushed by the Freemasons. Maybe, I believe so, that the Freemasons, even if like they're like conspiring and they're being secretive and they're pulling the strings behind the scenes, maybe they're not evil per se. Maybe they're trying to like bring about like some type of new period of utopia, a new type of utopia, like peace and stuff like that. I don't know, but I still do feel like some sort of sinister like motives. And anyway, the topic of this video is like New World Order. New World Order. Get it? New World Order. What does that mean? It's in the words. A new way of doing things, a new government system, a new political system. Who knows? You can already feel like how different our world is right now compared to how it was like a couple centuries ago. Racism, bigotry, ignorance was more common. Religion was so like connected. It was like more related to like to politics. It wasn't like there was like no secularism, no separation of church and state, and mosque and state. Obviously in Turkey and stuff like that, and the Ataturk revolution. It kind of, in different types of countries, Muslim countries are also kind of like trying to separate like religion from their state politics and whatever. I don't know. You can feel how different our world is now compared to how it was a couple centuries ago. You know, a couple centuries ago, fucking slavery was common, racism, bigotry, ignorance, all these sorts of things were common a couple centuries ago. But now all these sorts of things are kind of disappearing. And I do wonder if it's because of the Freemasons pushing these types of ideals of liberty and individual freedom and personal freedom and etc. and stuff. I don't know. But you know, like New World Order. There is like a new way of doing life now, right? There is like a new way of doing things now. Everything about our world has sort of changed. You can't deny it. Our world now is like more interconnected and globalized compared to like how it was a couple centuries ago. A couple centuries ago, racism, bigotry, ignorance was more common. people were like living in like the dark ages. They were like so ignorant. They were blinded by so many different things that were that were like plaguing their society and civilization. These sorts of things like racism, ignorance, and like other types of things like that, slavery as well. All of these types of things have disappeared now. And is for the most part, obviously, some parts of the world there's still like slavery and racism and all that type of stuff. But anyway, but like, is it? Snowing. Yo, my the SD card got too full and I had to delete some files. Anyway, but you know, like racism, bigotry, ignorance, hatred, and stuff of like different things and stuff. All is, and like now we're more open-minded. Is all of this because of the fact that like all these like horrible things are gone, like racism, bigotry, slavery, all that gone, and now we're more open-minded? Is all of this because of like the Freemasons and the other types of secret societies that are like behind the scenes controlling our world and our planet? We'll never know. But like it's very interesting to kind of just to think about all of these different changes in our world, because there really is like some type of new world order now, isn't there? Like a new way of life, a new like system of government, a new type of political system as well. It's like everything's just different now compared to how it was a couple centuries ago. And could this be because of like all the secret societies behind the scenes, the Freemasons and like the Rockefellers, maybe, I don't know, Bilderbergs, Illuminati, I don't know, who knows, but this is the topic of this video is New World Order, and you can really, there really is like a New World Order. And also, yo, look outside, it's snowing. It's fucking snowing. It's snowing in March in England. That's so bizarre to me. Anyway, but you know, New World Order. I literally couldn't, when I was like a little boy, I was watching conspiracy theory videos on YouTube on my PS3, and I couldn't sleep properly at night thinking, because I thought that there was like all these like people behind the scenes, all these bad people, all these secret societies and stuff, all these people that are controlling everything behind the scenes. They're gonna like take over the world and they're gonna do something very bad, and we're all just gonna turn into slave labor, we'll all become slaves to these people that are gonna take over the planet, these secret societies and other groups like them. They used to keep me up at night when I was like a little boy. I'm not really not too scared now of that, but it was like, it used to frighten me when I was like a lot younger and stuff. It's the New World Order, it's like a big fat buzzword that's thrown around a lot in like a lot of conspiracy theory circles, but it's very interesting. The New World Order, just a new way of life emerging, a new political system emerging, a new government system emerging, a new civilization emerging. But who's making this happen? That's what I'm really like trying to wonder about. Who is trying to like make all these like new things come about? New political system, new like government system, new all these other types of systems. Who's making all of this come about? It's like very interesting to think about. But obviously we'll never know for sure like what the origin is of all these different new types of like political systems, government systems, and who's like really ushering in this like new era for humanity, the New World Order. You can feel like how everything is different now compared to how it was a couple centuries ago. A couple centuries ago, slavery was common, racism was common, bigotry was common, ignorance was common. Now in our modern day society in the year 2023, all of these things are for the most part gone. And is that because of the Freemasons? Who knows? Is it because of like the Illuminati? Who knows? Fair enough then, if these like secret societies want to like bring in like a new era for humanity and get rid of all the ignorance, bigotry, racism, hatred, all that type of stuff, then maybe like these secret societies are not so bad after all. Perhaps maybe they're actually trying to help us in so many different types of ways that we'll never like properly understand and grasp. It's so interesting. Look outside, it's fucking snowing. Fucking snowing in March in England. Fucking horrible. I hate it when it snows, man. It fucking is so fucking annoying when it snows. But like racism, bigotry, ignorance, hatred, all of these things have kind of for the most part disappeared. Is that because of the Freemasons? The New World Order, we are definitely living like some type of new era for humanity. So many things have changed. Our modern day society is so different compared to like how it was like a couple centuries ago. Is that because of the Freemasons and the Illuminati and these other types of people behind the scenes that are pushing things and pulling strings? I don't know. We'll never know. Damn, it's fucking snowing in March in England. It's fucking so weird to me. I'll never know. But it's all so fun to like think about and to speculate, like think about all these different types of conspiracy theories about the New World Order, this new like emerging government system, political system, this like new civilization that's kind of being ushered in by by whoever is in charge behind the scenes, by the Illuminati, maybe the Freemasons. So interesting to think about it. The New World Order. The New World Order. So interesting to think about this. We'll never know about this. We will never know all the fine details, but it's so interesting to speculate and to think about this. All these things that are going on behind the scenes. It's so interesting to think about this. So interesting. Again, New World Order. I used to go on so many conspiracy theory videos about that. It used to frighten me when I was a little boy, but I'm kind of over that now. But so interesting. The New World Order. Think about that.